Hey guys, it's Jason here with another trading video. I'm going to be doing this video on ticker symbol ORPH. I got in on the short side today on this trade because it was a recent gapper than seller offer. See how it gap here. This is the daily chart, like I always start off out with. It popped up, had a high at $77 here. Then it just crashed and dropped off. It was has these incredible pops and drops, but it's just that was probably just a lure in volume. They let's look at the 20-day 1-hour chart. They probably pumped this up on purpose, then just they probably bought in here, had some fake press release thing or something like that. Then they sold it all up here, dumping it on to everybody because it has this drop from $50 some to like $20 some. And, it looks like there was probably a halt there. There was probably like a halt and it dropped down, with their probably fake press release or whatever. I have no idea. But today I got on the short side because it was just selling off. It would just pop and sell off. They just pop up in the morning. Well, drop, pop up a little bit, then start selling off. Then create bull flag patterns under VWAP, and that's pretty much what I was going for today. They look at these sell-offs, like yesterday. Well, not yesterday, Friday actually. This thing, it popped up. It dipped down a lot pre-market, but then it started rallying back up, reversion to mean type thing. But it didn't really fill the gap at all. It made a lower high right here. Then just kind of, sold off the rest of the day. Just a slow bleed the rest of the day. So I was just looking for the same kind of pattern. If you look at this, I know it's hard to see with the charting and everything because it's so volatile and up and down. The candles, they get squeezed together, so you can't really, it's hard to see the price action. Because there's just such range, up and down with this particular symbol. But what I was looking at, yesterday's low, it got down below yesterday's low, right? Let's get it a little bit here. Yesterday's low looks like around 694 or so. So it was like, man, this is hard to see. But it was like right in here, and I was just looking for a slow bleed. Let's go to the 1 minute. This is 694. Let's see. This is yesterday's low right here. It held it kind of at support a little bit in the morning, but as soon as it cracked down below it, it dipped down. It popped back up, and it used that as a resistance, and I saw that, and I like to see the symbols break below previous day's low, and with a decent amount of volume, and consolidate under that low, creating a kind of descending triangle or bear flag pattern or whatever. But yeah, I got in here at 10:15 on the short side. It made a low right here. Let's see. It made this low right here. It dropped too much. I didn't want to get into it right here. I was waiting for it to pop back up and test the 677 area, 78 area, 680 area right here, and I wanted to see a kind of a stair step down. It would make a lower high, then it popped up here, which it made a higher low, which was interesting. But then it dropped here, made a lower high and a lower low, and it consolidated in this area right here. And in this area is where I got in. I got in at 10:15. Actually, probably right in here. Right in this area here, I got in with 600 shares. I shorted it at 660, and it dropped down. Let's see, it made a low of 633, which was great right here. Then it popped up to 646. And I'm just watching it, and I think I had my stop at like 658. And I was watching where this was going to pop back up to. But it started selling off again. So I'm like, all right, I'll use that area as my, stop. Penny above this little green candle right here. What crap. Penny above this little green candle right here is where I put my stop at 647. If it makes it above that, I knew that that it could potentially squeeze up higher, and I like to see it, stocks continue to make the lower highs and lower lows and stair step down, and once it stops doing that, that's when I get out. Typically, now if it's like later in the day or I've made so much on the trade, I might be apt to let it run a little bit more, but it just depends. So it stopped me out here. It popped up above 646 into 647, which was my stop. I got stopped out right here. Yeah, pulled back a little bit, but then just continued higher, and it made a high of 665. So, I'm glad I got out of there for a certain reason. Usually when I short, I keep my stops a little bit tighter, and I like to stair step it down. With longs, there's usually a lot more volume, and there's a lot more volatility, and I'm more apt to let it run because there's a lot more potential in long trades than short trades, because short, if you're shorting something, there's only a certain amount that you can make on it. Like you can make like 100% if it goes to zero, but that never happens. So, but if you're going long, you can have unlimited profits. So that's why I'm more apt to let it run when I go long. Plus all the short traps and the short squeezes are great potential for long trades. So that's why I got out here, because I didn't want the squeeze. Usually keep my stops pretty tight when I short. Plus it had a history of running pretty big, so I don't want to have any potential of going parabolic or anything. I made $73 on this trade, 600 shares. I shorted at 660. I covered at 647. So it wasn't a bad trade. It was about 2% on the trade. That's fairly okay. I was actually thinking that this trade could let's see, 5 minute. I thought it had more potential. I mean, it could go down lower. It could go down a lot lower from here. Like, we're right here. It could just, if it starts making, lower lows and lower highs, it could get down to, $6 or potentially even a lot lower than that. It really has a lot of potential to go down. I kind of wanted to write it out, and it kind of broke my heart when it popped up and stopped me out. But it's for the best. You need rules. let's see. But yeah, I was thinking I could potentially make like crap, you know, yeah, maybe anywhere from $600 to $1,000, even more on this trade. If it just, because I thought that it could make it down to here, around the $6 area, easy, and it could potentially even make it down to $5. But it just depends. See right here, it dropped a lot, consolidated, dropped, consolidated, dropped, popped up a little bit, consolidated, then it closed. I was looking for something like that. It looks really consistent with the sell-offs. So, but with it right now, if I were to get into this trade right now, which I don't know. I were to get into this trade right now, let's see where I would, I'd probably get into it on the long side at 56. A penny above. This has had a double top right here of 655. Right here and right here. It hit 655 and it came down. It hit 655 and came down. Then let's see if it made a high at 654 right here. So if I were shorting this in this area, which it looks like a decent short, but I would probably cover at 655. So that could be a potential squeeze right there if you wanted to go long. And let's say you wanted to go long at 655, but you didn't want to, 656. Let's say you wanted to get in long there, but you didn't want to buy it right as it broke. Let's say it broke 655 into 656. You didn't want to buy at 656. You don't want to buy the breakout. But what you can do is see where that's like, let's say it squeezed up until 659. Hold back to 655 again. Then it started curling back up. That pop of that last high of 659, you could buy at 660 and buy that break instead of the actual break of 655 at 656. So there's different ways you can do it, and usually what institutions and big money managers do is they look where everyone's lining up to buy or sell. And if they need to make a big move on the position and they have a lot of shares and they know there's going to be a lot of breakout buyers at 656, there's going to be a lot of volume there. If I want to short into that, I can short into that. And they can take their, tens of thousands of shares and short it at that point, and where they know, more volume's going to kick in. And it'll just keep going down from there. But if it doesn't make a new high after that, then it's going to go down. But if it just continues higher, that's a good indicator for a short squeeze. Because some people are going to be buying to cover, and there's going to be some people shorting. People are going to be doing all kinds of weird stuff. You just have to just follow the charts and see where the stock looks like it's going to go. Right now, it doesn't. It's kind of hard to indicate on where it's going to go. It's really interesting. I only have, this is my last day trade, so I can't even trade anymore until, I won't trade anymore until Friday. So tomorrow I have doctor's appointments, and I have to work in a couple days after that, then Friday I'll be off and I can make a trade or two that day. But sometimes you need to look at it from a distance to kind of. I mean, look at this. Look what it's doing right here. 651. Okay. Let's see what it does. This could be forever. What's it gonna do? See, when you step back and you look at it, it's a lot of times it's easier to see. When you're zoomed in so much on certain areas, it's kind of hard to see where the chart's developing and where it might go. What I like to do a lot of times is see the slope of the VWAP. And it's hard to tell, like, if it's sloping down. Like, if it's sloping down, that's a good sign. But if it's starting to curl and it's starting to flatten up, that's a good, indicator for longs, but not for shorts. So what I like to do is use my this little pointer icon thing and kind of like line it up and see how it's sloping. It kind of helps out a little bit. And another thing that I added to my charts, which I didn't really use it on this trade, but it can really help. It's these volume bars on the side here. There was this code I had to put into Thinkorswim, and it'll, everyone has the volume bars that are down below. It shows you which candle, has the most volume or whatnot, and you can see how much volume. But this one actually shows price levels that have a lot of volume. So that really helps out a lot. You can see which price levels, like let's see this spike right here. See this? That's right here. All that volume is in this area. So it's really, it can show you what price levels are really having a lot of volume, whether it's being sold at that point or bought at that point. But look at this, is at 652. Now it's sometimes I can just feel like I can sit and eat a bag of popcorn and just watch these charts, and you think of a story or a theme of what's going on. It's like a battle between longs and shorts, and to me it's kind of interesting, but a lot of people would find it boring, like watching paint dry or something like that. But you can actually, with each bar, you can really tell a story on what people are feeling that are in the trade. Like the hope and the fear and the greed and all that stuff and all the emotions and everything. To really be a great trader, I believe that you have to actually, well, you don't have to, but when you feel what's going on in the trade, who's in the most pain, whether it's shorts or longs. If shorts are in a lot of pain, if they're having to buy to cover, that's not good for them. But on the converse, if something's just making new lows and it's consolidating like this and making new lows, and it's just demoralizing. What is this gonna do? It looks so. Okay. See what the low is right here. 643. A low of 643 right here also. Let's see what this low is. 641. So this made a low of 643. And with trading, you have to understand that some people trade differently. Some people trade the ranges. Some people will buy it 643 or 644 and they'll sell it at 6 650, and they'll play these tiny little ranges, and then there will be other people that will see where where it breaks down or breaks out from, and kind of play it from there for the bigger move. But there's more moves in the up and down. Um, but you know, you're gonna be right more of the time doing that, but your gains are gonna be smaller. Let's see here. Look at this. Say, let's see what the next. Let's see what the next hybrid. It looks like it's gonna. It looks like it's gonna drop. It really does. I want to see where the next high brings, or if there's a breakdown. If there's a breakdown, you can look for a potential entry. But I like to get in the shorts right before it breaks down. And you can see where it's developing. Let's see if it makes. Let's see how high it gets right here. You know, this is looking pretty weak right here. This might be a good short. You know, I can't get in to short this right now because I'm out of day trades, but I would probably look for an entry. Put my stop at 653 right here. Penny above that. It's looking pretty weak. Huh? There's a little green. I think it's gonna break though. Wish I had some popcorn right now. I love watching these develop. My wife thinks I'm weird. Well, I am weird, I know that, but finding this stuff in her. Oh, it's popping up. Oh, maybe I was wrong. We'll see. I really don't think this chart has much hope. I think it's going to make a lower high. And it could just continue to consolidate, though, you know. Using that 643 level as support. I would have shorted at 644, 645. That's where I was talking about shorting it. And I would have covered at 653. Where's it gonna go? Oh boy. Sorry if y'all find this boring, but it's something that you have to really get intense about and really passionate about and really love. Um, if you don't, if you can't just eat a bag of popcorn and watch charts develop, um, you didn't find it interesting, then you're probably not going to end up being a very successful trader. Not that I'm the greatest trader in the world, but I quite a bit of experience. Um, but once you start thinking you know everything, that's usually when you get slapped in the face. That's happened to me a few thousand times probably. But you got to keep chugging along. You can't give up. You see all this potential. I mean, look at this. If you would have shorted here, that's 880, 890, and covered here at around $7. Crap, that's like over 20%. 20%. If you're trading $10,000 worth of stock, that's $2,000. I do believe. Oh, what's this doing? Oh, is it showing some strength? I don't believe it. I don't believe it for a second. I think it's going to make a lower high, then sell off. But like I said, I would have set my stop at 653. But that doesn't mean I would have actually taken the trade. It's just if I were to enter the trade, I would have done it there, set my stop there, and looked at a profit target of an astronomical value, probably like down in here somewhere. Just wrote it down. You never want to have an absolute. Well, some people do if you're range trading, have an absolute buy and sell. Like I have a stop that I stick with no matter what, but I usually get into trades to where I know there's going to be a lot of potential in, because those few winners, will make up for all the losers. You just got to make sure you're making a lot on those winners. Like if you would have got in here, let's say if you would have gotten in here and shorted it, and you just set your stop, like let's say above this candle. That's let's say that's like what, 30 cents or something like that. So that would be like 4% or something. But then the potential to make is like 20%. That's pretty good. I don't believe this. I don't. Look at the daily again on this. What a crappy chart. It just looks like it can go down so much more. I like to look at daily candles and see how much range a stock puts in for a typical day, and what the range is when it drops past the support level. How does it react to that? That price break. How does it react to it? Does it just break through, then use that as resistance? Do you see it pop up to that level after it breaks through, testing it and seeing it sell off lower, creating new lows and new consolidation areas and whatnot? You want to see if a stock's accelerating or decelerating. Like some of these candles, like let's say for example, see a candle starting getting bigger, smaller, bigger. If the candle's next candle is bigger than the previous, that stock is accelerating in price. If it's smaller, it's decelerating. And I like to get into stocks to where I'm getting into that, tight, rangy area to where it's getting ready to make a big move. Well, I'm not going to watch this all day. Well, maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of interested on how much I could have made on it if I would have just been able to re-short. Maybe it's going to pop up. I don't know. All right. Well, I made $73 on the day. Yeah. It's an all right day. I was looking to make a lot more, but I guess I'll see you guys probably Friday. Take it easy. Bye.